What is up, everybody? It is Og here, back with another video, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about how I got unbanned. So for those of you who do not know, my OneEU account did get banned last week. We weren't sure why. It made absolutely no sense. But as you can see on the screen right now, I was actually able to talk to a Blizzard employee live on stream. So if you guys haven't checked out the stream yet, definitely tune into the stream. Definitely hit that sub button on the YouTube so you can see more info like this. And it was actually incredible. This Blizzard representative, Najara, was phenomenal. They were incredibly helpful just with getting our issue resolved, but also helping with other people's issues and providing some incredible insight onto the whole entire bot wave that is going on right now, why people are potentially getting banned, and just how we could potentially look at it so that we could potentially move forward with some more knowledge. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be sharing exactly how I got banned. I'm going to give a quick recap over, my account and why I got banned, things like that, just for anybody who was not privy to last week's video. Definitely check out the video link down below, though, if you are curious for more information. Then I'm going to be jumping into the unbanning process. I'm going to be talking through our exact conversation that I have with Najara, talking through some additional things that I learned and why I personally was banned this time, which was confirmed. And then we're going to be talking about some additional insight that I got just for the whole entire WoW community in general, specifically definitely around the mage community and whether or not boosting is okay. So definitely stay tuned to the rest of the video to learn about all that stuff, but let's jump into it. So for those of you who do not know, I have 4 different accounts. And so I have 2 US accounts and 2 European accounts. My European accounts were made about a month ago though, so they're pretty recent, maybe a little bit over a month now. And I haven't really done much on them. And this account, the specific one right here, was the one that got banned. And so you can see here that Dreadmist is the only server that I'm on. I have 4 tunes. I have my level 60 Hunter. I have a couple level 1 bank alts and things like that. But this is all I really have, right? And so the only reason that I could think of at the time that I was banned, as I was banned last week, was because I was farming DM North and maybe I just got reported by people because I was farming DM North and maybe they just weren't happy with how much I was selling DM buffs or something like that. All I've done on this tune is level up, farm DM North for tribute buffs to be able to sell to other people, and raid. Now I have been participating in GDKPs, so that could be another thing because of the exchange of gold and things like that. However, I really had no idea why I was banned. But fortunately, we were able to gain some insight through the actual banning process. So if we log into this tune, you see that I really only have 681 gold now. And now I think like 500 gold of that is on my alt. And so at the time of the ban, it's not like I had a ton of gold. It's not like I just had 10,000 gold that I was sitting on. I was, going through some crazy auctions and making a ton of money through anything like that. I really didn't have much gold. What I did do, though, was I sent 300 gold to my alt, Og Money. Now, Og Money, as you can see, is on a completely different account. So Og Money at the time was level like 35 or something like that. So I was sending 300 gold over to Og Money to buy SM boosts. And so with this tune, I was able to get some gold from my main, and I was able to buy SM boosts, and I also got glowing brightwood staff. So that was actually the reason that I got banned. It was a permanent ban from Blizzard due to gold selling tactics, basically. And from talking to Najara, which is the awesome Blizzard GM who helped me out and who helped out some people in our chat. And so thank you again so much to Najara. They were curious about the actual gold that was transferred from my Hunter to this tune right here. And so as you can see, it's not like I was transferring over 10,000 gold or something like that. Or maybe I spent 10,000 gold on full green gear and it magically disappeared. But clearly I don't have much gold. So I do not have a ton of gold that I sent over or anything like that. But I sent over 300 gold in the mail. And so when I was initially talking to Najara was asking about the individual gold that I sent over. And so I was going through the actual conversation of, here's what I was doing yesterday. And I was selling DM buffs. And then I went into ZG and then I got banned while I was in ZG. And then eventually Najara goes and asks me about, so here I see that you did transfer about 400 gold recently. Was that to another character of yours or... And so 300 gold was to my mage and 100 gold was to another SM booster who was helping my mage, but obviously I didn't have money on my mage to pay them back. And so that was the payment of the boosting. And so that was what they inquired about. And so after Najara investigated it, obviously clearly it wasn't anything malicious. It was to my other account. But that's the interesting part. So Blizzard doesn't seem to be looking at Battle.net accounts or account wide, basically like email addresses. They're looking at individual account transfers. And so you should be fine transferring gold from main to alt. That shouldn't matter because within your account, that shouldn't be an issue at all. So don't worry about that. However, transferring from one account to another account or even to your friend could throw red flags. Now, the main reason why I think I had a red flag flown onto my account is that my account's very young. My hunter, for example, has a slash played at 60 of 3 days, 15 hours, 11 minutes, which means that over the course of 3 days, maybe they don't expect me to make like 1,000 gold to be able to send over 400 gold to my alt or something like that, or to a friend. But in general sense, the account's very young. It's just barely over a month, and the account that it got sent to was probably under a month. And so I think the main reason why it was flagged was likely the age of the account. And so I've heard of a lot of people being perfectly fine sending gold to their friends if their account is not excessively young or something like that, and they are perfectly fine. So I got banned because of that, because I was sending gold to my alt on another account. It was 300 gold. They checked it and they were perfectly fine with it, and so they were able to reverse the treatment. But further, I wanted to inquire about some other bans that I had heard about. Also, quick side note, it was really funny. Najara actually jumped into the stream, live on stream, and had me say moo on the stream to confirm that it was me. It was a lot of fun. Anyways, Najara is awesome. But through different conversations with Najara, I actually was able to start asking about, some other accounts. And so, as I mentioned in the previous video, which if you guys haven't watched that and you want more information, definitely check out the link down below. There was another person who got banned in my stream who was farming linen cloth. So for those of you who do not know, linen cloth is needed for the AQ gate opening, and you need something astronomical, like hundreds of thousands of linen cloth. I think it's 800,000 linen cloth. It's wild. But they farmed about 25,000 linen cloth is what they confirmed as farming. And they had been submitting tickets and getting automatic responses, basically saying, we're not going to review your account any further, and if you do inquire further, you're going to be penalized and your account will be banned permanently, and we won't be able to make any further inquiries, basically. So I was able to talk to Najara about that, which was fantastic. And so Najara was able to help me a ton with that individual issue, and they were actually able to remedy that account. But that gives some extra insights into why that account might have been banned. So through talking with Najara, it sounds like they're not looking at individual specific accounts, but more so going upon the basis of, if it looks like a bot, ban it, and then have the person appeal and look into it from there. But unfortunately, they're drastically understaffed. And so being able to look into each individual case is just not possible, especially when 74,000 bans happen at once. So obviously, I think that they probably should add more staff to be able to handle that kind of influx of bans, to be able to actually answer people's questions, because there are a ton of false positives. But unfortunately, I imagine that Activision isn't providing them with the resources to be able to do so. And so given the current resources allocation that they have, it may be difficult to do that. But they, however, are not banning people just willy-nilly for doing certain actions. They're banning them if they look like bots. And so typical botting techniques may be doing the same thing over and over and over, whether that just be going into the same instances. Some people are getting banned for going through the same 30 instances over the course of 6 hours. That's probably why they put that in, so they can more easily track if people are getting hit with that 30 instance cap. So doing the same exact instance over and over and over potentially could lead to that. People are getting banned that are rank 13 going to rank 14 just because they're farming PvP for 20 hours a day. And so some people are looking at them as bots. And I think that people also may be getting reported within games, which may be leading to a higher occurrence of getting banned. That being said, if people do get reported in games, I would hope that they would at least look into it or provide that with some extra review before banning, or at least upon ticket. The main thing is to keep on ticketing. Just keep on trying, because at the end of the day, they might not be able to help right away, which is unfortunate. But if you keep on being persistent, accounts like Dats, myself, and other accounts have gotten banned. I was incredibly fortunate to talk to Najara and not get banned, or it only taking a day to get unbanned, rather. But definitely some other people aren't experiencing that. One question that I did ask, though, was I asked specifically about mage boosting. So as you can see here, I am doing the ZF mage boost at the time, which it was just solo boosting, but I was running through ZF and doing those mechanics. And it was confirmed to me that mage farms are not the bannable offense. However, it is hard to distinguish between botting and regular people playing the account. So for anyone who is scared about going out and doing just mage farming and mage boost and things like that, that is not going to be the sole thing that gets you banned. However, if you do it in a botting-like fashion, it may get you banned. So what's a botting-like fashion? There is absolutely no kind of rule for what distinguishes botting-like fashion versus not botting-like fashion. That being said, I recommend taking breaks or going and doing other things. As much as it pains me to say that you may not be able to do exactly what you want to do for 6 hours straight and just farm instances over and over and over, it may be the case that if you are farming the same thing perpetually for a long time, that you may look like a gold seller or a bot and may be getting banned. And so it may be good to kind of switch up the things that you're doing. Obviously, that does have an impact on PvP, just because that, is kind of the point of ranking up, is playing constantly, trying to rank up and get, as much honor as you can. So that definitely presents some issues. And if you have any solutions, definitely let me know down below. I'm keeping an open dialogue with Najara and trying to basically offer my services and offer any help that I can to potentially help people get unbanned or help with the whole entire ban wave process. But in summary, I got banned because I transferred 300 gold to my other account. It wasn't because I was doing mage boosts. I didn't even have a mage on the account. It wasn't because I was selling DM North buffs, so you're fine selling DM North buffs. It wasn't because I was raiding or doing GDKPs, so you're fine doing GDKPs and raiding and things like that. It was because I sent gold to my account, which looked like a young account, which given the current, ban waves makes sense, because if they're banning 74,000 accounts, they're probably going to make new accounts to sell gold with. And so if there's gold being sent to those accounts in a large enough amount that it looks semi-suspicious, that could potentially trigger the system. That will lead to a lot of false positives. And so if you do get banned, definitely ticket it. And even if they say that they're going to not listen to you, continue to ticket it. One thing, if you are in the EU, is you technically do have the right to see all of your information. So you potentially could go and sequester all of your information because of the EU data protection laws. So that is something you could do. The one thing that I did say within my initial request, and I'll have my entire initial request that I sent out to Blizzard down below, or at least paraphrase because I don't have the exact wording that I had before, just basically said, I don't know why this happened. I shouldn't have had this happen. Here's what I was doing. Please fix this and please discuss it with me. At the end of the day, they want to help us, but they're under a lot of tough times. They have a lot of pressure on them. They have a lot of requests coming in. And so we do have to be patient, as patient as possible with Blizzard. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I think this is more probably of a resources problem. And so I hope that Activision does allocate more resources to Blizzard to either create better systems so that there aren't this influx and massive amount of false positives, or give them enough resources to dedicate a team so that people like Najara, great, GMs of the past, basically. This felt like it was actually back in original vanilla and TBC where the GMs actually talk to you through every single issue. That's how it used to be, guys, if you weren't around, by the way. It wasn't automated messages. It wasn't, we're not listening to you and you're going to ban your account. You had a live representative talk to you as much as possible. Those kind of resources need to be put into the game, because at the end of the day, there's millions of people playing Classic WoW right now, and it is fueling the drive, especially with AQ coming out. All these people are going to come right back to Classic WoW. It is fueling the drive for the entire WoW community. When when Shadowlands comes out, sure, there's going to be a lot of people playing Shadowlands. And so that's also going to influx, a lot of people to the game and drive a lot of income. But I think some of that income that is being generated could be allocated towards helping with this botting issue so that we don't keep on having this issue moving forward. At the end of the day, WoW is a great game and it's captivated many of us throughout the 15 years that it's been out, including myself. And Blizzard wants to help us. And we have to be patient with them and understanding your best course of action. Continue to do the things you enjoy, but potentially do it with taking breaks. I recommend just taking, even if it's just like a 30-minute break, just log out and then log back in later. The action of logging out and logging back in later may help, just because that may not look like you're sitting there botting the whole time, Maybe don't farm the exact same instance over and over and over. Maybe you have multiple farms. And that might keep it interesting for yourself as well, because that might just break up the monotony. At the end of the day, you're not going to get banned just because of the actions that you're doing in the game. It's going to be because you look like a gold farmer or a bot. And so if you try to not look like a gold farmer or a bot, hopefully you'll not get banned. So hopefully this provides some insights for all of you. Hopefully you're able to use this for your actual gameplay. Definitely let me know if you have any questions down below. Definitely keep an open dialogue with everybody. Feel free to reach out to me on Discord or on Twitch live, and I'm happy to talk through anything that you can. I'm sorry I can't promise that I can be a liaison for you to talk to Blizzard employees to try to get your account unbanned just because there's too many people. But I hope that I can just keep an open dialogue with Blizzard and try to help them fix this issue so that moving forward, it won't become a pervasive issue where other people are getting banned just like I was wrongfully. But good luck getting back all your accounts, and I hope that you get it back very soon. All right, everyone, that wraps up today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and if you did, please subscribe and leave a like and a comment below to let me know so. And if you guys have any other ideas for any other videos, please let me know in the comments below. Also, check out the description for the Twitch where I do all this live, and also for my Twitter and Discord where you guys can be notified of any future updates and when I'm going to go live on stream. So I'll see you guys in the next video.